Hello, welcome to Big Debb Energy podcast, the podcast where we talk about literally anything but politics. Because who the fuck wants to talk about that? I know sometimes you get sick of hearing me talk. My voice is really fucking annoying. I know. That's why today I have a special friend of mine. Everybody say hello to Michelle.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you so much for being here, first of all.
It is my absolute honor to be a part of Big Debb Energy. I admire you so much. And as we're moving into the new year, seeing you do all these big things that you've been planning just makes me so happy.
Hey, that's the energy we need right here.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Big question for you.
Okay.
Would you rather be on Squid Game or Hunger Games?
Hunger Games, 100%. Squid Games, I'm done. I am absolutely done. I'm gonna get got by another team. I'm not gonna listen to the rules. I'm gonna trip and die. Whereas in the Hunger Games, there is so much area to cover that my basic survival skills will help me get through that. I'm good in the woods. But in a Squid Game sort of thing, no, I'm not winning the games. I think that I'm smarter than I am. I'm done.
Hey, you're pretty confident. See, now I would rather be on Squid Game just for the simple fact that at any moment, if I thought that I wouldn't be able to make it, I could just get shot in the head. In Hunger Games, you don't know what's coming. Mm-hmm. You could get killed by anybody playing the game, or they could just make a AI tiger come out and fucking destroy you. They can make a hurricane happen. It's if they see you living and being alright, they're gonna just plant something. Squid Game is a little more basic. Have people just creating these things that are gonna kill you. They definitely mastermind it to make the other players want to kill each other. Mm-hmm. But they don't got no fucking ChatGPT animated fucking fake things coming out and biting your head off.
Okay, but it did have rules, okay? That was dependent on the quadrant that you were standing in at the particular time, the effects. So once you figured it out,
That's true. We're in a new year. And it's snowing. I hate it. And last year was crazy, but probably not my craziest. I must say, compared to my life, last year was pretty calm and normal. I'm not used to the normal. How about you?
I've only been doing normal for the last year or two myself. Before that, I lived pretty boldly and pretty loudly. I think that it's nice to take some downtime. That was the winter season of my life where I started to get things back together. And then, once everything's steady, then it's back to being out and about. I really want to get back to traveling. I want to get back to experiencing life.
Ready to travel some more too. This past year, I went me and Tyler drove to Canada. We hopped in the car. We drove for 7 hours. I don't know how we didn't strangle each other. And I pretty much deemed myself a psycho because I pretty much drove home without stopping. We stopped once for a half an hour to pee and look in a liquor store. Because his dad sent us on a hunt for, it was Blackberry Crown.
Oh.
And we didn't find it. I know that you've done some traveling too. Mm-hmm. Where have you been?
So when I was younger, I was in a leadership program where I went to England and France. I did those for a week, and it was a lot of learning. I was there as an international ambassador, and that was really cool. I was just so young that I don't think I took as much away from that experience as I really could have.
How old were you?
I was 10, 11.
Okay.
And, like I said, I saw a lot of things, but it was so informational.
And that was through school?
No, it was for people to people, and I don't remember what it was, but I submitted an essay of some sort. and I was
Oh,
selected for a leadership mission, and I went with other kids from around the country, and we got to meet other people that were part of this leadership conference from around the world. Got to visit a bunch of museums. I got to be a part of a flag folding at one of the cemeteries for World War II. It was pretty cool, but my favorite place that I've traveled is to Japan. I was there for a month just to be there, and it was the trip of a lifetime.
I'm so jealous that you went to Japan, first of all. I mean, I'm happy for you, but low key, that's like my bucket list. I love ramen. Whoever knows me knows I love ramen. I can't imagine what it actually tastes like there, let alone it's probably like $1.50 instead of $15.50 here. So tell me all about it. Like everything.
Ramen traditionally is made to be like a meal for workers. It's made to be eaten quickly, paid for cheaply, and you're on your way. So any good ramen shop is gonna have a line around the block, but you're gonna be in there in less than 20 minutes. Their 7-Elevens are oddly fantastic. I don't know. I know that that sounds really silly.
Was it called
It
7-Eleven?
was called 7-Eleven. It's literally 7-Eleven, but it is taken to the highest degree of excellence. So it was my first time traveling when I had gone. And so I said to the lady at check-in, like, hey, I haven't traveled in like a decade. Last time I traveled internationally was when I was a kid to Europe. And I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea. I'm incredibly nervous. Any guidance you can give me would be fantastic. And she set me up. She made me feel so comfortable. So I was like, hey, do you have a boss? Because I'd like to tell him how great of a job that you've done. You know, that's a big thing to take somebody that's anxious to fly and make them feel comfortable going to an entirely different country. So she ends up getting her boss, and I was like, you know, do you have a form I could fill? And he goes, yeah, but it's only in Chinese. And I was like, that's fine. I can read English on a Chinese form. You'll be able to read it. And so when we got to the gate, she was actually swiped our stuff and was like, "Oh, would you look at that? You've been upgraded to business class." So I yeah, got
Wow.
upgraded to a free flight.
Hey. Yeah, like did they give you one of these little things?
Yeah, like I said, they had a whole L'Oreal. It was like L'Octane. They had a cute little travel pouch that had all that stuff in it. It had, you know, chapstick, toothbrush, everything that you could really. I used the
I
burrito
hate
one I
this
took
so
from you.
much.
Oh boy, I
I
love
really
it.
hate it.
What do you not like about it?
It's dark.
That's what I like
Like
about
once I am scared of the dark. That's a secret of my. I'm scared of the fucking dark. Not
it.
that this scares me, but I can't imagine just being wide awake and laying like this. Is it supposed to trick you to make you think your eyes are closed? You had quite an experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was a gift from your dad.
It was. It was. That happened not too long before he got sick. Um, you know, he just stopped taking care of his health. He worked far too hard all the time. And he tried to be more generous to me after he got sick, but for some reason I couldn't accept that, you know? The day that I landed was the day that the cherry blossoms were in fullest bloom. And I went to Ueno Park, which is famous for its cherry blossoms, and I did Hanabe, which is the fireworks and all of that. And my relationship with my dad was interesting and kind of rocky. My first job as a kid in roofing and construction when I was 7. Part of that was because we were dirt poor, and part of that was because it was how I got to spend time with him. And then him being in the military with his many deployments, I never really got to see him. And it wasn't until he was stationed in Kuwait that we started exchanging emails every day. So it was weird. I didn't get to know my dad until he was across the world. Yeah, I kind of imagine our relationship to be like the cherry blossoms. They come into bloom so quickly and so fully and so beautifully, but just as quickly they're gone. Cherry blossom season lasts a fraction of a moment. And then it really is like you see in the anime. The petals are scattered everywhere and they breeze through the wind and they get wet in the rain and they carry their own energy. And that's how I felt about our relationship is it bloomed so quickly. And I really got to know him and to love him and to care for him. And just like that, it was gone. But the memories that we have, I get to keep those with me. The good, the bad,
For
everything in
sure.
between.